Tell me a little about it.
Oh, this is a 1975 Norton Commando. It's actually built in England.
Oh, really?
Yes. It's a little bit of modifications to it to suit what I like, but pretty close to original. This at the time was the fast bike you would have in the 1970s.
Awesome. Have you done any trips on it?
Oh yeah, I've had a bunch of trips. It's been down to Mid-Ohio for Vintage Days, which we just had a couple weeks ago. Been down there about 10 times. It's a blast to go down there and see all the old vintage iron and all that good stuff. It's a fun bike. It's different. You don't see too many of them out there. Actually, this is a High Rider series with the high handlebars. This was a very low number bike that was actually shipped here from England, so it's very collectible.
And Tony, how did you go about buying this vintage bike?
Actually, it was a while back when I was about 11 years old, and my neighbor had a 1974 Norton. And once I seen it, I knew I wanted it.
Yeah.
It took me till the time I was 21 to buy it. But at the time I seen it, I was 11 years old, and once I seen it, I thought it was the most beautiful bike I've ever seen. Buying vintage bikes, there's a number of different ways you can get into it. Of course, there's eBay and all that, but the best part is just find a good fresh barn find and restore it and do it the way you want it. And, it's much funner to do it yourself.
For those who know how to.
Exactly, and any novice or even any rookie can get into it. Like I said earlier, go down to Vintage Days down in Mid-Ohio. You can go down there and drive a bike home if you wanted to. Just the thrill of trying to find the parts. You're talking about something that was made in England, we're in the United States, so it's a little trickier to find parts. You just can't go to a motorcycle shop and order them. So eBay's real fun, but it's funner by word of mouth and just find a bunch of fun people to get along with and get to know.
Do you belong to any motorcycle groups?
Actually, yes, I do. A local group. It's called actually British Owners Group. We call it the Scottish Motorcycle Club. We meet at the Wellington Fairgrounds every year at the Scottish Games. And last year we had 74 British motorcycles, all in one spot. And they started from range from 1913 all the way up to 2009, so they're very modern.
That's a wide range.
Yes. Some unique things about the High Rider was that they had in the front, they called this the factory chopper because basically it came from the factory with the high handlebars, the small headlight, and also the small peanut gas tank, and that was what made it unique. Originally this also had a king-queen seat from the factory with a sissy bar. Back in the 70s, that was the big thing. Big handlebars, little headlight, little gas tanks. This actually came from the factory with those features on it. At the time, over in England, they called it the Ugly Duckling because it just wasn't the modern-looking British motorcycle. Once it got over in the States, it kind of took off. But again, these were a low number of units that they shipped here from England. A lot of people over here in the States didn't like the high handlebars and the gas tank, so what the dealers did, they actually put it back to the other original style, put the other handlebars, gas tank to make it look like the Roadster or the Interstate Commando that is well known out there. So this is a very limited edition special deal. Something else that was done on this bike back in the day was this cat face tail light. Cat face tail light was actually put on the Triumph Tiger, and this is something that was done back in the 70s. Very rare, again limited edition. This thing's worth like 500 bucks on eBay right now, so it's pretty crazy.
Well, thank you for giving us your time for our brief interview. Enjoy the rest of your night here at Quaker Steak and Lube.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.